Hello, everybody. I am so excited to welcome you back to the Feminine Economy. We actually have another amazing expert today. This is my friend Sharon Williams, and Sharon is a certified health coach, and she is all about helping women support hormonal health naturally. So I'm super, super excited to have you here, Sharon. Such an
Thank you.
important conversation. I am always looking for tips on how to support my hormones more naturally. So thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate that.
Yay. So one of the things that we're going to that you have been so generous to give is 10 ways to support hormonal health naturally. So I will absolutely pop this into the description of our video so you guys can grab that freebie. But I just want to kind of start with you. And, you've had a plethora of experience in the wellness world, from an esthetician to cosmetologists doing hair, to health coaching, to being an expert in essential oils and, multiple ways to support women in their health and wellness. What made you go in this direction? I would love to hear kind of like what inspired you to become a health coach and to support hormonal health.
So, what really inspired me was the fact that I've been dealing with hormonal issues since I was about 19. I ended up having my thyroid ablated at the age of 19. And I wish I had known then what I know now about hormones and how to support that naturally versus going through that. Because now I have to be on thyroid medications for the rest of my life.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to actually support other women now so that they know how to try to avoid this instead of going in the direction that I had to go to.
Yeah, so good.
Yeah.
And you work currently with women who are struggling with hormonal imbalance. What are some of the things that they come to you for? I know you were able to have an amazing conversation with a woman who came into your office this week, and you are just like such a gem to be able to support her in this. But I want to, people to hear kind of what are some of the things that you help women with specifically.
Right. So one of the things, like I said, with the hormonal imbalances, it can cause sleep disruption, it can cause acne, it can cause, so many different things. And it's hard to take care of these things when you don't know how.
Mm-hmm.
So I help these women and showing them, different natural solutions that they can use in order to overcome these things. I myself have been dealing with acne since, like I said, I was young. So it could have been the thyroid issue. We didn't know back then.
Mm-hmm.
But since I got into health coaching, I actually got into it for myself and other and other women, and eventually decided, okay, I'm going to do this. So when this woman came in to me about the acne situation, I was able to say, you know what, this is my before picture and this is me now. Because when she looked at that, it was like, whoa, you know what I mean? It's a big, big difference. And it's only been about 4 years since my face looked that way versus how it does now.
I love that you give women hope, right? I think so often when we're struggling with something, whether it's in our health or in our business, it doesn't really matter. Whenever we struggle, it's so nice to have a model of somebody who's actually come through that challenge, because it gives women hope. And I think that is such a beautiful thing that you are able to do, to say, I see you, I get you, I've been there too. And you're actually able to show her the way out.
Right.
Yeah.
My energy and everything was really low at that point and everything. So now it's a whole lot better since I've, healed myself with these natural solutions. So I would like to empower women to do the same.
Yeah, let's talk about some of those natural solutions, because I'm like, ooh, what are they? Will you share some of your natural solutions that you found?
Yes. So when it comes to our gut, Probiotics is one of the things that I talk about a lot. Probiotics, prebiotics, and postbiotics. Because with our gut, it needs that support. If we don't give it that support, the gut and the brain goes together. And so the brain won't work right if the gut's not working right. With that, also hydration is key. If we're not drinking enough water to flush out the toxins that are inside, it's going to have to come out somewhere. So in my case, it was coming out in my skin. So flushing that out with electrolytes also, is huge. Also, you have natural supplements that you can be taking as well. Ashwagandha is huge for us. So just some of the things that I talk about.
Yes. Oh, I love ashwagandha. It is such a great support system. We call that, in my functional nutritional therapy, it's called an adaptogenic herb.
Right.
And it really helps. It doesn't like push it one way or the other. It actually supports it to bring it more back in balance. And it is such a powerful herb. What are some essential oils that you use? I love essential oils, and I would love to hear more about kind of like, what are some essential oils that help women with either their skin or sleep or anxiety or some of those, we know that those are the symptoms, right? So gut health, what I love about you starting with gut health is we get to treat the actual problem, not just the symptom, right? So the skin, the lack of sleep, those are all symptoms of an imbalance in the body. And once we get that gut going, the body is able to, normalize the systems much better. But we also want to treat symptoms too, because it's uncomfortable. So what are some of your favorites?
So clary sage, clary calm, that helps with supporting that. Also lavender for stress, which, everybody knows about that. Also serenity is another essential oil that helps with sleep. So there's a whole sleep system. If, someone wants to know more about that, that can support with the hormones as well.
Great. And so I love that we get to give our body what it needs, right? Especially with the supplement piece, many times our body, because the gut is out of balance, the body is not absorbing the nutrients well. And so we also want to make sure that we're adding some of those supplements back in, along with, these other, essential oils that can help. So tell me a little bit more about how essential oils work, like clary sage, for example. How do they actually work to help support the system?
So the way the oils work is all of the cells in our body has an oily membrane on the outside. So normal water-based medications cannot penetrate that cell. So these essential oils now are, of course, oils, and oils can penetrate oils. So these essential oils can penetrate the cell and remind the cell what it's supposed to be doing.
That's fabulous. That's so cool. I love the science behind all of it.
Right.
I'm a science nerd. So I'm like, brain science, give it to me. Nutrition science, give it to me. Herbals and essential oils. It's like energy, all of it. And essential oils also work with the energetic body too. Yeah.
Yep.
So cool. So what are some other ones some other goodies you have on your list?
So we have eating a balanced plate is huge, because if we start to eat things that are not on a balanced plate, our bodies get thrown off. So getting enough fat, getting enough protein, getting enough healthy carbs, not sugar carbs, things like that also is really important.
Now, when you work with your women, where do you think they get confused about the balanced plate? Do they know, or, is it that they don't know what a balanced plate is, or, what keeps them from actually having a balanced plate?
So I think time is important. A lot of women don't have, or they say they don't have time. They just need time management.
Mhm.
So time is one, education is the other. They don't know what a balanced plate is.
Mhm.
They think, that, let's just say, your protein should be, smaller than your carbs most of the time. In the
Mhm.
American diet, most of our diet is carbs and not
Mhm.
enough proteins and healthy fats
Mhm.
and healthy carbs. So, educating them on that, what a balanced plate looks like, and managing their time better and scheduling how to create these meals every day, it
Mm.
would be
Yeah,
beneficial.
beneficial. Yeah, so they don't know. I'm so glad that you talked about fat because most, women who are going through hormonal shifts, we're after 40, over 40. And, we grew up in the realm of watching our mothers or sisters or friends going in the way of the low fat diet, right? Like, don't eat any fat. As long as you're not eating any fat, you're doing good. And now we know that we actually need fat. Can you share a little bit about that?
Yes. So the healthy fats are amazing for our brains. Our
Mhm.
brains really need that. Between the fat and hydration, our brains really need those two things to be able to function properly. So with the healthy fats, my favorite one is avocado. I also
Mhm.
love, I also love coconut. Not
Mm.
everybody's favorite, but if I can put coconut in something, I will. Love it.
Yes.
So those are two of my favorite ones. But yeah, definitely the healthy fat is so, so, so important.
Yeah. And I think a lot of people think, well, if I eat fat, I'm going to get fat. And that actually isn't true. It's actually the opposite. When you eat fat, when you have healthy fats on your plate, not the hydrogenated oils or the vegetable oils that are sitting on the shelf in the grocery store, but it actually curbs your appetite. It actually allows you to stay fuller longer when you have healthy fat. So it does kind of like a double duty so that your body can start burning off the extra sugars and you can become a sugar burner and use fat for energy versus just burning up the carbs and then being starving and reaching for something else again.
Yep.
Yeah, so good.
Yep.
Go ahead, I thought you were going to say something.
No.
No. Okay, cool. So Sharon, tell me, how can women kind of get in touch with you if they are looking for some more natural ways to actually support their hormones?
Right. So I have a Facebook page. They can go to that. It's called Holistic Renewal Wellness.
Mhm.
They can get in touch with me there. And also through my landing page, which you're going to go ahead and
Mhm. Yep.
post under the
Yeah.
video.
Get that.
And yeah,
Mhm.
so that's how
Amazing.
they
So
can.
anything else you want to kind of share with our audience about the work that you do and the importance? Like, I would love to, just kind of let them hear a little bit more about why this is such an important mission for you, in addition to you, having to overcome. And I cannot even believe that they like ablated your thyroid at 19. That's just insane.
Yeah.
Why else? What's your why behind doing this work?
So my why is that I've seen, well, I'm going to put myself into this position.
Yeah.
I've been taking care of so many people all of my life, including, the household that I have. And
Mhm.
as women, that's what we do. I
Mhm.
was a stay-at-home mom for, I don't know, at least 15 years,
Mhm.
before I actually went back into the workforce full time. And so giving my all to other people and not enough to myself
Mhm.
has really done, not, I wouldn't say damage, but it's made me get to the point where I'm like, you know what? It's time for me now. So it's
Mhm.
now time for me to take care of myself and put myself first. Because if I don't take care of myself, I can't take care of others.
So
And
true.
so, yeah, self care is extremely important. And as a cosmetologist, I've seen women come in who have not taken care of themselves and, they need that support. And so that was another reason why, I decided to do all of this and why I do so much in my cosmetology business to help these women, teach them about natural solutions, teach them about, taking care of themselves, eating properly, using proper skincare, hair care, all of these things, because I was never taught that. And I'm sure if I knew that, I wouldn't be in the position that I am now with having, my thyroid ablated.
Mhm.
I would have
Yeah.
avoided chemicals. So my mission now is to teach women how to take care of themselves so that they don't get into this point.
Yeah. And I love that you just offer such simple lifestyle pieces to do that can actually have a huge impact pretty darn quickly, such as I think you were sharing with me earlier about, the hair products that you use in your hair business are clean. And I want to be careful about the words I use because I'm not exactly sure how to describe hair care, but
Right.
can you share a little bit about, that and why that's important for you?
Right. So a lot of hair care and cosmetics in general are filled with a lot of fillers, a lot of fragrances, fake fragrances,
Mhm.
and a lot of other chemicals that disrupt our hormones. And
Mm.
so by taking these chemicals out of these products, we avoid some of that. Now, we can't live in a bubble,
Mhm.
but let's avoid what we can.
Mhm.
So I teach them, about the ingredients that, showing them how to look at their products and say, okay, well, this is clean, this isn't.
Mhm.
There's an app that I tell them to use so that they can scan their products that they're purchasing, you know, uh, maybe in Walmart or wherever they're going to purchase their
Mhm.
products, so that they know what is clean and what's not.
Mhm.
So if we continue to put clean products on our skin, it avoids that hormonal imbalance.
Yeah, it was those endocrine disruptors
Right.
that tend to be in many. It's so fascinating how our body reacts to so many different things, right? It can get out of balance, and it's so simple to kind of get it in balance too. Getting hydration, eating a balanced plate, lowering the toxic load on our bodies with more clean products. Any other tips that you share that have worked really well for your clients?
Um, well, first of all, they have to want to do
Yes.
it.
Yes. Oh my
They
gosh.
have
Yes.
to want to do it. If they're not ready, there's not a whole lot I can do.
Mm-hmm.
So as long as they are ready to step into that next chapter and to say, you know what, it's time for me to take care of me,
Mm-hmm.
then there's not a whole lot I can do.
Mm-hmm.
So one of my main tips is be ready.
Yeah.
Be
Yeah.
ready, get ready, and say, you know what, this is what I want, this is what I deserve, and this
Mm-hmm.
is what I'm gonna do for me.
I love that. Yeah. Get ready and get support. Right? I
Right.
think all of us need support. We can't read the label when we're inside of the bottle and we don't know. It's like we only know what we know, right? We don't know
Mhm.
what it is that we don't know until we bump up against it. And when we have, somebody who's a specialist like you are, we can navigate things a whole lot quicker. That's one of the reasons why I love the combination of, you having a support structure to guide women through it so they can ask you questions and they can, not just be spinning in their head or not just, going to Dr. Google to try to figure it out. You give them that accountability piece so that they know what to do and how to use it, and the system to help take them from the frustration or the overwhelm of, I just feel like crap. How do I get my energy back? How do I rebalance these systems so that I can start feeling better? And
Right.
that's kind of like the magic recipe, is having, a system that you guide your people through, the support and also the accountability. And I love that you provide all of that for women.
Thank you. Yeah, I love the words that you use when you say take them from pain island to
Mhm.
pleasure island. I love that because
Yeah.
that's really what it is. That's
Mhm.
really what it is.
Yeah. Well, they're suffering. They're
Mhm.
suffering. We've all been in places where, we're suffering. And if
Mhm.
we don't invite somebody to come out of their pain and guide them to where else it could be and help them to Pleasure Island, then we just are kind of abandoning them on Pain Island. So thank you
Right.
for being brave and doing this work, reaching out and being there for women educating them in, you know, really some simple ways that they can take back their own power in their own health and wellness and start to feel better, because we deserve to feel better. We deserve to feel great. We don't need to be constantly depleting ourselves and, you know, putting all of the resources to everybody else. I love what you said, that if we don't take care of ourselves, we're not going to be beneficial to the other people in our lives.
Right, right.
Yeah. So
Yes,
good.
and I appreciate you for inviting me into this feminine economy to share with
Yeah.
other women.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Any last words before we pop out today?
Well, no, except
Okay.
just thank you.
Yes, yes. Thank you for being here. Okay, everybody, grab your 10 tips to naturally support your hormonal health from Sharon. We'll also share her Facebook group too, so that you can go and meet her and connect with her over there. And, you know, the other piece that I just wanted to share in this feminine economy is we've got such amazing women showing up here, sharing their zone of genius, sharing their brilliance. Reach out and connect with each other. You know, this is such a great opportunity to also to create collaboration partners, right? And when we're sharing, you know, our zone of genius and we're working together, it just makes such a huge difference. So definitely reach out, say hello, connect with each other, download the freebies, and together we get to do this and help to create a completely different experience of our life, our business, our emotional health, our mental health, all of it. So thank you so much for being here, Sharon.
Thank you. Appreciate it, Chris.
Yeah.